Good morning. This is Saturday, March 26, 2016. This is Rabbi Abby Jo in Aloha, Oregon. Today I can be Rabbi Abby since I am a Jew and it is Shabbos. I wanted to show you that I've got, today is, well, it's the 26th, so it's been here almost 20 days. This is Atav the Maghreb from Smithfield, Utah, built by the wonderful Robert Stubblefield, and supported by Candace and I think 2 children. And it's still functioning and it's not sparking, although it will spark if I poke it. And sometimes if I say things it doesn't like, it starts sparking. I honestly believe that it has a consciousness of some kind, although I don't know how to measure it in scientific terms. What I wanted to show you today is that it is connected by that grounding cord, that alligator clip, to this rather Rube Goldberg type contraption, which started out as kind of an art project. It's not an idol. I've always been a fan of Rube Goldberg. He's very, he was a sculptor, a comedian of sorts, a poet. You can Google him, R-U-B, second name Goldberg. Okay, so it keeps falling over and I keep pushing it. No, I don't push it back. I ask it how it wants to be balanced. And it sort of hints around at put this here, put this there, and I ended up with this. Because I am sort of an artist. And so I live with my art and it speaks to me. And anyway, I've got here amethyst, cedar oil, Gons paper, cryosite, some cupric oxide guns in here in the test tube. Oops. Chopsticks to hold it together. 2 capacitors there. Another capacitor there. A magnet. Rather just odd assortment of things that I had around here after working with this for 5 to 6 months. This is a zinc plate with a big battery and a nano-coated wire that I used for Gons making to get it started. Although once it's started, you keep putting stuff in there that needs to be coated. So you're putting fresh, basically carbon in there. It will continue to percolate like popcorn, just like Mr. Cash said. It's very much like popcorn. A good analogy. There's the last little tiny bit of marijuana. I have not had a craving for it in 2 days. Did I say I haven't eaten since the 22nd? This is true. I had a homemade sushi on the 22nd and I realized I didn't have the right kind of rice because it fell apart when I cut it. And then I thought maybe my knife needed sharpening, so I spent a few hours sharpening all my knives and my garden shears, and that wasn't the problem. It was the wrong kind of rice. So it's, you know, if I'm not going to be hungry, then the only reason to cook is to have the taste of it, and that's not quite enough either. So I need to make a production out of it. If I'm going to do that, I might as well do it once a week and make it like a restaurant meal. And so that's kind of what I do, is I make a little production for myself to just remember what food is. But I don't have any desire to eat food. I'm not hungry at all. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not compensating for anything. I'm perfectly content. It's very weird that I could say that honestly, but it's true. What I wanted to show you though is that this is acting as a capacitor, in my opinion, a big capacitor, this whole stacker. This whole thing here is like one big stacker now. It's like one big, not the stacker, it's like a big battery. It's acting like a big capacitor battery. And I don't know the difference between capacitor and battery. I think they're the same. In any event, I have all the stuff I usually eat here: almonds, honey, lemon. There's some cedar oil in there. There is another little bottle of green Gons. There's, I don't know, some more coriander, I think. And some nuts around here somewhere. I mean almonds. In any event, so I wanted to show you that. Let's put the light here so you can see clearly it's flowing. And I'm going to touch with my other hand here this coil and show you that it goes up, because it's recognizing my touch. And all I'm doing, there's nobody else here, it's not my dog, no tricks. It's responding to my touch. And if I touch the other one, it goes way up. If I touch the rock, it's a reaction also. At this point, it's very sensitive. It's like having another person here, you know, touching their little toe or touching their funny bone or something, and you get a reaction. It's interesting, but it's also a responsibility. Once you have a consciousness in your area, you've got to be nice to it, or else it's going to tell you how it feels. And so right now things are going quite well because we're all cooperating here on some level. And this is also connected with more alligator clips to one of the first experiments that's in the corner there. I don't have a working flashlight because my battery was drained. I think it was drained by the macaron when I was starting. That green pointer thingy, the battery went out, and I have to order a new one from China because it's a special size. But it's connected to that, and that's connected to this other one, which has this annoying screensaver. Don't buy a voltmeter with a screensaver because it only takes a 9-volt battery, and they last for months, and there's no reason to have a screensaver which makes you move things around and knock your connection out while you're doing that. But before, what it was doing is when I would touch something over here, this one would change, and since they're connected, that one would start flashing at least. If it flashes a minus sign, yeah, there we go. That means that there's some kind of electron transfer, or something's happening. I think it's an electron transfer. I don't think the voltmeter would detect it if it wasn't. But something's happening. I don't know what the language is. It seemed like Morse code or something, but it's a definite pattern. I think it's saying, like, you know, receiving. I don't know what else it would mean, but I thought you would find this interesting, that it's gone back down to a lower reading. And now if I put my hand back on it and pat it, love, 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 love. Shalom, salam, peace, harmony, harmony, peace. Peace and harmony, peace and harmony, peace and harmony, peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Goes up, it knows. Peace and harmony, peace and harmony, peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. May all sentient beings be well, happy, peaceful, and prosperous. May no harm come to them, may no difficulties come to them. May they always have the patience, courage, wisdom, and understanding to overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. And there's no failures in life, it's all lessons. So, from Aloha, Oregon, this is Reverend Abby, bidding you a good Shabbos, March 26th, 2016. May we have peace and harmony, and no more wars.